Alright. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. So today is gonna be like a random podcast, but like with a mixture of like a review because, you know, why not? So on Monday, me and Chloe, decided, you know what, well actually it was beforehand, but like on Monday we were watching it, but this, Square E3 Square Enix showcase, where they showed off their games and stuff, and it was okay, interesting, you know, so, but, you know, we decided to review, but, fair warning, I want to say going into this, I'm going to admit, at least to this, I was hoping, I mean, I don't know about Chloe, but I guess we're kind of both hoping that something life restraining like Before the Storm was related. However, not a thing related to that at all. I mean, there was Life is Strange, but not as we expected that to be at all, which was odd. So anyway, so I guess we should just talk about the show in general first before just going into individual games that interest us. Do you want to go first about that or not?
Well, I mean, I thought the show was okay. The way they did it with the paintings and everything was kind of a nice, you know, touch, you know, with Square Enix, and I enjoyed at least some of the videos, not all the videos. Not all the games interested me, except for a few ones that we're going to talk about today. So, yeah, but all in all, yeah.
I kind of liked it. I mean, it was interesting, but I felt like a lot of the time the videos and the trailers, I thought they were too long, some of them. Some of them were just too long, you know. And I understand the whole game not interesting me, but the thing is, the purpose of a trailer, it is supposed to interest me. Even if I was looking forward to something different, you're still supposed to interest me with the trailer, and some of them were just boring. Like, beyond boring. No offense, but it's just like, I'm just being honest because it's like, I feel like, you know, they just need kind of some tips out there, because it's like, you want a trailer that, like, catches someone's eye, someone who's never seen this game before, someone who has not, you know, heard of the series. Like, this is your one chance to, like, get someone interested right away into the game and, like, wanting them to buy it, like, right now, you know. So, you know, that was, like, a little bit of that. The painting thing was unique. I thought it was very odd, but it was kind of cool because at least it got you kind of excited for what was gonna, you know, what was the next section of games that was gonna be displayed. But, you know, it was alright with that. So with that, which game do you want to start talking about? Because we got at least like 3 or like 4 of them to talk about.
Well, I was very excited about Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh yeah.
And they went ahead and finally showed gameplay footage of it. And it finally gave us a look at the first boss that most of us remember from Final Fantasy VII. But it's brand new now, and I actually thought it was kind of amazing that they would actually put Aerith in so early in the game. If you all know the old Final Fantasy, we didn't get to meet Aerith. We only met Aerith once, and it was like a brief encounter, but she really wasn't our companion up until one of the boss fights when it blew up the bridge and we fell into the flowers, the church, and Aerith became our companion. But This is new now that Aerith is with us here, you know. So I'm willing to actually see what happens with that. If she's actually going to get even more time or more screen time than she originally had in the first game, because the first game it was revealed that she wasn't supposed to die, because there was one part where we go to like the kind of like the ski lodge thing, or like the snowy mountains, and there was kind of like unused dialogue for Aerith, meaning that she was supposed to play a little bit more of a role before her death. So I'm hoping they give us, you know, more of Aerith before she dies. The graphics are actually superb. I loved every minute of it. Barrett's badass. And the way they're choosing to do combat now is a lot different from turn-based. It's not turn-based at all, like it was in the original Square's Final Fantasy VII. But I think it works. Actually, they did say that they're going to be doing kind of like episodes. Is what what they were saying. We got a first look at Marin, Barrett's little girl, and Tifa. And yeah, it brings back a lot of memories on Tifa's Seventh Heaven Bard and Sephiroth. Yeah, it kind of brings back a lot of memories, but everything's kind of like different now. Which I'm just hoping it keeps the same like lore, which it is trying to do. It's trying to keep the same lore, but only, you know, shake it up a bit, you know, to make it new. So yeah, I'm really looking in the near future.
Yeah, for a person who's never played a Final Fantasy game, because I've never played a Final Fantasy game, I'm gonna be completely and utterly honest about that. But the thing is what always turned me off about the game, usually the game, a lot of the time, was the turn RPG thing. I just couldn't. I can't usually get into games like that. I don't know why. It's just my mind. I think I'm a person who likes open world and likes to explore and likes to, you know, move around and, you know, look around at my surroundings rather than being stuck and kind of being forced in this one, you know, position for a long period of time and not, you know, waiting to do an attack rather than just being able to attack right away. But with this, it's very different and unique, and I can tell that they took a lot of inspiration from another one of their games. Of course, I'm talking about Kingdom Hearts. One of the things that they actually showed, and I was surprised about, that they literally directly took from, was for like one of the attacks, you can like go onto your like one of the bar things and like do like a quick like attack, like, you know, like quick check thing where like you can put like one of the buttons, like let's say like the triangle button could be like an attack, and you can just click like L1 or something and triangle and you like instantly do attack. That's like literally right out of Kingdom Hearts. You're able to do that a lot, and that's cool that they're taking a lot from that. Also, the fighting style too is also very Kingdom Heartsy, and it's kind of funny because the only reason why I know some of the Final Fantasy characters is because from Kingdom Hearts, because a lot of the time, from ever since like the first game, you know, they just show up. They just sometimes, I forgot what town they're in, but they're like a certain town. They just kind of show up. Like Cloud is in there, you know. There's just a lot of characters from like throughout the series you see, and it's like very cool. But like, you know, like, yeah, I want to give it a shot because I feel like it looks good. The graphics are amazing. Oh my god, Jesus, I was just like amazed by the graphics. I was just looking at everything and it just looks so nice. And just the gameplay and everything just looks like something I would have like a lot of fun with. And, you know, I would like to get to learn about the characters a little bit more, you know. Obviously for the people, you know, like Chloe who actually played the original game, it's very, you know, interesting seeing everything different and new. And for someone like me who's never played a Final Fantasy game, I feel like it's like best of both worlds, hopefully. It'll end up being, because it's like, it'll still have a lot of the aspects of the old one, but a lot of new things that'll attract newer people like me to, like, you know, the game, and I just hope it goes well, because it looks really good so far, and it looks phenomenal, and then you know, it just looks like it's gonna be a good game, and I trust that Square Enix will, like, do the right thing and make the game as best as possible. So, that's what I have to say for that one.
Yeah, another thing about Final Fantasy VII that I'm kind of doubting that Square Enix would even put in this one, there was some form of free roaming in Final Fantasy VII by the world map. The world map was huge. It kind of like covered everything from Cosmo Canyon to the Golden Saucer. But when you got the ship, you know, it's kind of like, yeah, you just go anywhere and find any, you know, items or battle like the Ruby and Emerald weapon, which to everyone was actually, I would say, the two hardest bosses of Final Fantasy VII. So I'm just wondering how they're going to, you know, do that. Are they going to, like, keep it linear, like, you know, like a story-based thing, or at one point will they actually open up kind of like a world, or kind of like places you can actually go to on the ship's map, you know? I'm just really curious about that aspect, because the original, it was low poly, so they could fit everything in PlayStation, and they like fit the world in like the PlayStation. So yeah.
Which probably was impressive actually at the time, having like probably a world like that. I mean, it sounds like if I remember correctly, looking at the map, because I think I've looked at it once or something like that, at least just tootling around. It looks pretty big, and I feel like that was impressive for PlayStation era. Considering PlayStation like can only hold so much, and I mean it was low poly, but even still with that, I mean it was a pretty big game. Like, you know, yeah, it was like, it's interesting. Probably seeing a remake of it now. I mean, I don't know if there's gonna be a big world, but I definitely noticed through the trailer that there was like a bit of like exploring you can kind of do, I think, throughout the city. I don't know if you can go to different cities, different towns, you know, whatever, like you were able to, like, in the original. But, like, there is, I feel like, some free exploring around you can do. I don't know how much you can do with that. My guessing there might be a lot of side questing stuff, which really is pretty normal nowadays for games. But other than that, I don't know.
I mean, for the original one, there wasn't. This is basically the what you saw was basically the beginning, was the very beginning of it, where they had to go into like this plant, detonate a bomb, and then they get on a train. But before they did that, you know, Cloud like goes through like this little town area, but there wasn't anyone to really, you know, talk to except for Eris. And you can get a flower from her. And I'm thinking that the same thing's gonna happen So yeah. But yeah, we'll see what Square Enix has in store.
Okay. Alright, on to another game. Let me see. Let me think. Actually, I want to talk about a little bit, speaking of which, since we're on Life is Strange 2 screen, might as well talk about it a little bit, because I thought it was very odd. But I found out later, found out today, apparently it was the showcase of, like, Life is Strange 2. Apparently it was a celebration thing. I was immediately, before I was gonna go on this, I was gonna say it's advertising, but, like, it's not, I realize now, because I realized they didn't even show once about the price. They just say play now at the very end, and they were, like, saying, like, oh, it's this much money to get the blah 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 or whatever. Like, it was just kind of just showing other YouTubers playing the game and enjoying it, I guess. But I just found it really weird, because it's like, I didn't know what to think of it. It was like, why show a game that you've had out for, like, almost a year now, by the way. Literally, like, in, like, 3 months, it'll be, like, a year since this game has come out, you know? Or at least, like, you know, the first episode. So, I just found it very odd that they were just kind of showcasing it off. I mean, it was cool, it was interesting, but it was just odd to me. It was all. Did you, like, think it was odd? Because I did, a little bit.
I actually did. I thought it was odd that they would show Life is Strange 2, you know, like going all out with that, and then show us nothing else. It was like, okay, we already know about Life is Strange 2. Like I said, it's 3 more months, and it's going to be 1 year since the first episode came out. Yeah, it's like, okay. So, I have no idea if it's like a celebration, as you said. I don't know. Hopefully Gamescom will provide something else for us. Or, yeah, GDC, the Game Developers Conference, because that would be where they might show something from Deck 9.
Yeah, most likely.
Because there's still 2 unannounced games, and actually, you want to talk about your speculation?
GameCon? GamersCon? Or just,
no,
or just in general?
Square Enix's 2 unannounced games.
Oh.
You were kind of saying that,
oh yeah, the whole
one
thing.
of the games they already showed.
One of the games they already showed, which one? What was that one? I was...
Yeah.
Was it the Outcast one or something? Or whatever it was?
It was the new one by, Humans Can Fly.
Yeah, I think that was the Outcast one. I think if that's what the game's called, I apologize if that's not the title. I don't know if that's one of their newer ones or not. I don't... Thing is, I get Game Informer, which is very useful, by the way. Because it gives me a lot of updates on, like, games and things about, like, what I could play in the future. I don't remember even once seeing that ever, like, advertised and, like, there or whatever, or talked about. I can recheck later on. But that one, I'm guessing, is one of their newer ones. I won't swear to it. I won't, you know, say anything. But it looks like it just because, like, it's how they were displaying and talking about it. It seems like it was never shown before or even talked about. So, I mean, that was my speculation on it. I don't know. I'm not gonna swear to that, because I feel like Square Enix would have been like, oh, here's our, whatever, unannounced games, you know, whatever, something like that. I feel like they would have done. Or something like that, you know, like, they wouldn't just throw a game in there and be like, okay, you know, because it's like, you don't know, like, you want to know if it's one of their new, like, the newest game or not, or something, you know, that's already been announced before, you know, like, years back, you know, because it's like,
yeah,
you just never know. So I'm wondering, like, you know, I can be totally wrong, but that's was my speculation of, like, it could have been one of the two, but I'm kind of hoping that, because The game looks very uninteresting to me. No offense, something about it just doesn't seem like attracting to me. But yeah, that was, you know, that one. So I don't know. We'll see what comes up later. On apparently, hopefully GameCon gives us something more than E3 did. I don't know, something at least, you know, kind of announcement-wise, more descriptive of what they're gonna show, I feel like. Because, yeah, that was really odd. I think that's what also confused me about E3 for Square Enix. Because it's like, oh, you know, was this one the unannounced? Maybe no, I don't know, you know, you just never knew. You kind of assumed that it was announced already. So, you want to talk about the Kingdom Hearts DLC really quick? Because I found that interesting. Because, I don't know.
Oh, the Kingdom Hearts DLC?
Yeah, I haven't played the game yet, though, for the third one, so... I have no help here.
Yeah, I found it kind of interesting. That's like... Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't played any of the Kingdom Hearts at all. I mean, I still need to get the collection and play through them.
Oh yeah, they do have the collection.
Yeah,
first
they
one
have
second. Okay.
the 2 collection.
I realized that just now. I'm like, wait, they do. I've seen it on the store multiple times, and I've questioned about getting it or not. Even though I do have the first 2 games anyway, I just want it on like a newer console. It'd be easier to play again if I ever wanted to. I've done that before. I've done that before with Sly Cooper, but at least for the PS3, they really need to make a remake though. But I'll get into that in the future, because I the random part of the podcast maybe. Yeah. I haven't played the third one yet. I need to play it though because I have it, and it'd be nice to probably start playing it and everything. But you know, other games. I've gotten so many games recently. It's insane. I don't know why. It just kind of happened. So it's gonna take me a bit of time before I get to that one. So that's, well, you're very delayed. The internet connection quality is currently not sufficient to broadcast gameplay. That's very late. You're, wow, you're usually like in like what, 5 minutes in. So, all right. But it looks odd. They displayed it very weirdly, but I mean, here's the problem with that though, is that probably people who did play the third one obviously understand what's going on, but for me, I was like, okay, they're talking in speech bubbles, nice, okay. I just was like so confused. I mean, that's normal for Kingdom Hearts, is like the talking speech bubble thing, but it was just like interesting to me because it was like I didn't know what the storyline was, so but I mean, it looks cool. I mean, they didn't show a lot for it, but it's coming out like pretty soon. I think like then like what, a week or two, not a week or two, like at least at the end of June I think, or beginning of July, somewhere like that. I don't remember, but I don't know. It looks interesting. Maybe I might get it.
Can we just talk about how much of a boner that Square Enix had on their E3 showcase for Final Fantasy in general?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
They not only talked about Final Fantasy VII remake, they also talked about Final Fantasy XIV getting a DLC. We also heard from I think it was the Crystal Chronicles 2?
I think so.
I don't think. But there was like a lot of Final Fantasy stuff, and then Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Oh god.
And then Dragon Quest. I was like, get rid of those.
It's like, why are you displaying these here? These are not things to display at your case. No offense, but the Dragon Quest thing is not a thing you display at E3. I'm sorry, but the whole point is to display games that you're like really big games that you're hyping about, not another game that nobody really quite asked for, I feel like.
Yeah.
It was just like mind-numbing to watch for like a whole like almost 2 minutes.
One of the games I was really looking forward to, or am looking forward to, honestly, is the new Avengers game. I mean,
sorry.
That is gonna be interesting now.
I didn't even know this game existed until I didn't know this game was announced or anything until like E3 came up and like, you know, Serenus was talking about it, and I was like, okay, Avengers game, like, alright, another, because my thought immediately was, oh great, another like Avengers like game that talks about the probably some form of the movie or whatever. I was like, alright, whatever, you know. But like, I was surprised to be wrong, a good surprise. Just wow. Do you want to first talk about it? Because if I get into it, I'll get too nerdy about it first, so I feel like you should go first, because I want your nerdiness to get out. Because you know how I am about Marvel.
Well, as you know, I'm not really a nerdy person. That's Max's forte. I mean, she's a photographer, but she also loves Marvel. But yeah, I was watching it, and I was impressed by the level of detail that they had on the show, you know, on the game. And that you could play as, you know, Black Widow or Thor, you know, Captain America, Hulk, and funny enough, Iron Man. And if you haven't seen the Avengers Endgame, then I suggest you see it.
Yeah.
It's going to really put in perspective why I'm happy to see Iron Man. Yeah, I mean, all the powers are there. I mean, the story is solid. I think all the voice actors and actresses did a great job with the voices. Nolan North, oh god, Nolan North, the guy behind Uncharted.
Yes.
Playing Iron Man.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Nolan North is a legend. So hearing that he gets to play Iron Man is just amazing. But yeah, the scope of it all, I can't wait to go ahead and play it. I'm sure you can't wait to play it either.
Yeah, God, I was hyped when I saw it for PS4. I was like, yes. God. Being a super Marvel fan like I am, you know, like loving the series and everything, it was just like such like awe in seeing it. Just seeing all the characters, and my god, the graphics are like really good. I think that's like the best graphics I've seen, I think, in a long time for like a Marvel game. Like, it's like a lot of the time when you see a Marvel game, most of the time it's like, I mean, besides Spider-Man, but I mean, like, when I'm going, like, Pacific, I mean, like, Avengers, like, all, like, a lot of Marvel characters. I'm sure there's gonna be more, probably, at least. I don't know about, like, the whole Avengers cast, you know, God forbid, you know, that cast is huge. But, like, maybe a bit more. I mean, we did see Hank Pym, so obviously at one point you might be able to play as him, obviously, as Ant-Man. And I'm sure you can play as, like, other characters, you know. But, like, you know, it's been a while. I think since like Ultimate Alliance, I think I won't count the second one because, no offense, that game is garbage. Okay, it's just not a good game. The first Ultimate Alliance game is the best, and I'm sad and depressed and unhappy that Ultimate Alliance 3 is gonna be on Switch, and I'm so ticked off by that because I want to play that one. But at least I'm gonna get a Marvel game, at least for a console that I have, so at least I can't complain about that. But anyway, back to my point. It was such good graphics. Usually, most of the time, you get like very like kind of cartoonish or like cartoonish comic book look, and I'm like, okay, I don't mind that look, but I like to see them like the whole point of like seeing superheroes in a video game, where like video games has been like gotten much better graphics wise, and pretty much we're really close to getting closer to like having like people looking very realistic. So obviously you want to see your favorite characters when you're playing a game look as realistic as possible, at least in my opinion. You know, the whole point is that they're supposed to look human and like you're like in the real world, and the graphics for it is just so good. The story is like interesting. It's definitely different. I love when they do a different storyline for like a Marvel thing, because it's like, you know, it's unique and they're trying to do something different. And the characters, the one scene that they show was, of course, I think, you know, during, it was like 5 years after, you know, the accident that happened, you know, on the Avenger Day. And, you know, you see like Tony and like Bruce Banner talking to each other, and for the first time like ever, I feel like the characters had emotion. It's like you're seeing Tony like literally like, you know, talking and like, you know, giving out emotion for once, and it was just like, I'd never seen that before, and it like hit me somewhere. I was like, it surprised me. It was like they're actually like, they're not just kind of bland, they're like, they have character to them. They're like not boring, you know, they're, you know, unhappy of like the situation, and it's like it was just amazing to see. And just I can just go on for days about this, because like I said, being like a Marvel fan, it's a lot, and it's cool. And I hope, please, Square Enix, make this a good game, make this like really good, because as a Marvel fan, it would be like such an honor to be able to play a game like this that'd be very well and just good and great. But yeah, anyway, I gotta stop before I keep just going on and on about it. So yeah. What else should we talk about? Is that it for our thing, or is like, you know, more that I'm missing? Out of the showcase.
Well, I have something that I wanted to say, and I kind of feel bad for the backers that put money into this, hoping for one version. Let me go ahead and take you back. Okay. It was 2015. E3 went off. Sony went ahead and dominated the entire, you know, show.
Oh god, yeah.
They not only had Final Fantasy VII Remake announced, they also had Yu Suzuki himself walk on stage and say, you know, we're going ahead and going into a crowdfunding, you know, Patreon for Shenmue 3, and they were asking us for help. So the outpouring of help was like, it was amazing, because if it wasn't for us, Shenmue 3 wouldn't have been made. Jump to, you know, this year, 2019, and the amount of money that Shenmue 3 has made is around 6 million. And that's not a figure to sneeze at, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good amount of money. So imagine everyone's anger. basically being stabbed in the back when Wisenet, or Yu Suzuki, the Yu Suzuki's company, announced that Shenmue 3 was changing platforms and only going to be exclusive permanently to the Epic Store. Because on their page, they went ahead and gave the option to download it from Steam. So that means that and it was put on Steam. It was on Steam. It was like, pre-purchase, and everyone feels that Usenet has went ahead and kind of advertised a product on Steam's page, only to go ahead and say, nope, we're not going ahead and doing this on Steam, we're doing this on Epic, and you can't get your money back. For the PC version, you can't. All those backers, you can't get their money back at all. So everyone is basically pissed off at this point. Calling Usenet traders, and everything under the sun. So I feel that sad. It's not right, and if they say that you can no longer download it on Steam, you have to get it on Epic, by the Epic launcher, then you're going to see them go to court for this.
Yeah.
Because they basically lied to thousands of people that really wanted this on Steam. And because of this change, to the Epic Store, because the Epic Store, there's a lot of things wrong with the Epic Store. A lot of things. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, it sucks that a lot of people just got screwed over. Of that, I just hit my foot. Screwed over because of that. Yeah, it's gonna go to court. Cause a lot of people just lost their money. Like lots of money, And it's like, it's pretty much, first of all, it's pretty much selling out, I feel like. In a sense that they did. The company, obviously. Because it's like, they didn't have to do that. If they wanted to do that so badly, they could have warned people about it, like, hey, we're gonna do it on the Epic Store or whatever, or ask the, the fans themselves' opinion, like, hey, would you, like, do you guys, want us to be on this, the Epic Store or not? And, obviously people would say no, but, or at least a good chunk of people would say no, but, yeah.
What's terrible is that they went ahead and took money from the backers. Then they went ahead and took money from Deep Silver. And then they took money from Epic Game Store. So they took money from 3 different places. And it's not going to be in the Epic Store permanently.
Is it even going to be multi-console? Or is it just strictly, for that,
It's going to be on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
Okay.
But the PC version, if you want to play on PC, you have no choice. It's the Epic Store.
Yikes.
Even though they went ahead and said there was going to be Steam Store as well, which Steam is very generous when it comes to games.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, what they say is, you get a game, you buy a game on Steam, you play it for a little bit. No matter what reason you have, either you hated it, it didn't work on your console or on a PC, anything like that. If you only played it for 2 hours, and if you only had it for 14 days, you can request a refund anytime.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll give it to you. So I'm guessing that's why everyone is kind of hesitant going to Steam because of that. But if it's a game that people love, they won't want to return it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you give them what they want, they're not going to return it at all.
Yeah.
They're just going to forego that 14-day, 2-hour, time limit because they want to support their game. But it was greedy, underhanded. It was just disgusting. That not only did they go ahead and announce days ago that it would be on Epic Store, but they also announced that nobody could get their money back. That pledged. And I really think that's a sick move. And I do not condone this. I'm actually against it.
Yeah. Yeah, just wow. Whew, that's heavy. But,
It is. And, I mean, the Epic Game Store is going to keep getting exclusives like the Outer Worlds and Borderlands 3. Some of them are permanent, while others are a year exclusive for to go on other consoles. And it's like, okay.
yeah. Whew. So, are we done with the whole Square Enix showcase thing, pretty much? Covered all the grounds and such about it? Or just E3 in general, I guess? I don't know about E3 in general, but...
Yeah, with, Nintendo, they kind of stole the show, I heard. One of the things that actually cemented it was Banjo-Kazooie finally becoming a playable character in Super Smash Brothers, which should have happened a while ago.
Oh yeah, you should have been part of it originally.
And then there was the new Animal Crossing game that was showcased, that you can actually go ahead and build everything. And you can like trees and shrubs, and you have your own little island. One of my friends went ahead and showed me kind of like an E3 kind of like a presentation for it. And it won't be out until 2020, but yeah. Square Enix was a no-show at this year's E3. Hopefully there'll be a JDC or a Tokyo Game Show, because we still have a lot. We still have a lot more game conventions coming up in the coming cons.
Well, yeah, because it's the summer.
Those are the only two that I went ahead and fired off. The Gamescom, GDC, and the Video Game Show are still, left. So, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, one thing I want to say, though, and I think I know why Nintendo pretty much probably stole the show, is the fact that usually PlayStation would have been at E3, but this year they backed out because they were getting kind of tired. Because E3 hasn't been doing the best. However, this year, I don't think they did terrible. I think there was no, incidents or whatever, but, the last, 2 or 3 years, there was, a couple incidences with it. My guessing with this is the fact that it was, I think just a year or two ago, it was the first time it ever became, a con kind of thing, too, which is interesting. Because originally, it wasn't a con, it was just a showcase. Only, exclusive people were able to, go in and, be able to look around and, play the games. But, recent years, they became a con where, people can buy tickets and actually go to. And I think the problem was that's why it was having so many issues, is because it was the first time doing con-related thing, and that's not easy to do. Doing cons are not easy. I think one of the better years for E3, when it came to the con situation, I think it was, I haven't heard any bad news about the con. Not if I'm aware of. But I think it was okay this year, which is, I think, excellent to hear, because I think it's getting better. They're starting to understand more and get better at that. But even still, PlayStation was backing out of it because there was just a lot of issues and things like that with, things. I'm not too sure what else there was going on. It's just, E3 just has issues sometimes.
I'm thinking one of the other reasons, not that they were, worn out of E3, but because of the development of the PlayStation 5.
That's true too.
Because we already have the specs and everything for PS5. They just need to go ahead and, create it, So that, I'm guessing that's kind of why they decided to stay out of E3. Because they were focused on the PS5. And we might get something later on down the line. I mean, with the other shows, they might appear at another show and talk a little bit about it. And the next E3, they might show up.
Yeah.
But I'm almost certain that I wouldn't give an estimate date, but I think the PS5 might launch in 2020, 2021.
Yeah. God, we're already going
because they already have all the hardware specs and everything now available, so it's just a matter of time.
But it's kind of insane because we're literally a year or two away of heading into the 9th generation of games. It's kind of insane thinking about it, because this is the 8th gen right now, I think, if I'm correct. So I think when PS5 comes out, it's going to be 9th gen. I think at least the start of the 9th generation, at least that one. Because obviously, next thing Microsoft's going to have something coming out, it's like that.
And I heard that this gen is going to be the last one.
Really?
This is going to be the final one.
What does that mean?
Gen that Sony, Microsoft, the others are going to be making consoles, and then after this, we don't know exactly.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it's going to be the end.
Well, honestly though, I think it's okay. It's not going to be an ending of gaming in general, obviously. But I think with the console-wise, like I said earlier, we're getting closer and closer of having, people looking so realistic, it's insane. If you look at a game right now, if you get, the PlayStation, 4 Pro, and play, a game or something with people in it, like Detroit Become Human, for example. My God, you look at the graphics in that, it's insane how far we've come with gaming. The people look insanely real. It's disturbing somewhat, too. Because it's like they're there, obviously, we're not able to get into a game, and I'm sure we're getting to that point too, where we're able to actually go inside a game, like literally, kind of, you know, being able to the VR and stuff like that.
Even though I talk a lot of shit about Bethesda, since they went ahead and flopped with Fallout 76, which...
By the way, they have a DLC out now for that, which is literally just a Fortnite ripoff. But anyway, I'm not getting into that.
Yeah, and also, they're going to be adding NPCs.
Yep.
With dialogue trees, which they should have done in the first place. Because if they did that in the first place, you know, it might have been a little bit
better.
Of a shitstorm, but it wouldn't have exploded to this amount. But I will give them credit for the Elder Scrolls 6, because there's this little old lady. I forgot what her name is, but she goes by the moniker the Skyrim Grandma. Because she hosts Let's Plays of Skyrim. Yeah, she does. She actually hosts Let's Plays of Skyrim.
That's kind of funny.
Everyone dubbed her the Skyrim Grandma.
But my dad's like 50-something and he plays video games, so can't really laugh at that.
And Bethesda saw this. And Bethesda was so, how do I say this, so humbled by it, that in Elder Scrolls 6, they put her in the game.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Even though I talk a lot of shit about Bethesda, at least they went ahead and did something right. And also did something right with one of the fans falling for the Nuke World DLC. There was a fan who passed away.
Aww.
And this one guy wrote a letter to Bethesda saying how big a fan, you know, this guy was. And if you could do something, you know. And Bethesda went ahead and put him in the DLC. So, I mean, Bethesda may have done a few kind of like iffy things in the past, you know. But deep down, I think I have a heart, you know, because of those things, you know. But I just want to say that they need to work on giving people what they want and not going through this monetization, you know, kind of route, because it's only going to get worse. But I'm hoping that they learn from their mistakes, that they listen to fans, because if they do that, you know, then yeah. But yeah.
But yeah, no, but that's true. Yeah, they need to be more giving to their fans. I mean, that, like, those two things, yeah, that's pretty giving to their fans. But like, they really need to be giving, like, you know, understanding better. But hopefully, like you said, they learn from their mistakes and they could do better in the future. Because I am not impressed right now. I mean, at least enough to be like, yeah, you know, supporting them right now enough. But you know, they need to just, you know, get their things together and just actually, you know, fix everything their mistakes and, you know, hopefully do better. But yeah. But yeah. Oh, we were talking about the consoles before, and then that went to that. That's funny. But yeah. I mean, I made my point about the consoles anyway, so. But It's just kind of insane thinking about it, though, how far we come from video games, because it's just like, but it's just, crazy. Think about it. Considering I've been, you know, a gamer since I was just like, what, 3 years old, pretty much? Playing video games since like a, you know, like a young kid. It's just kind of interesting, you know. Having my dad introduce me, you know, to video games is like, you know, kind of cool. Because, you know, it's just insane, because it's like, I mean, I have to thank my dad for that, because he literally introduced me into video games, and, you know, at a super young age. So, yeah. And, of course, not questioning my gender, too, you know, obviously wise, you know, just letting me play. Because that's a thing sometimes, apparently that is, I found out in my school, there was, like, one person that said, you know, oh, yeah, you know, my brothers and my dad play video games a lot, but they don't let me play, and it's like, I was like, why? And they said, because I'm a girl, and they don't, you know, think that's, you know, a thing, and I'm like, that was, like, the most depressing thing I've heard in my life, really. Like, one of the things, so that's like, do we still really, you know, take gender into consideration of what we do? Like, that's just not right, you know? Like, there's a lot of, like, you know, girl gamers out there, and it's just, like, it's depressing that some people still think that way. Like, girls can't play video games, you know, oh, you know, go back to playing your Barbie dolls or whatever, and it's like, no, don't. Just, like, literally 2019, stop it. You know? So, I mean, just hearing that just surprised me. So, I mean, I guess I'm thankful that I had a family, you know, that didn't care, you know, about gender-wise. They just wanted me to have fun and, you know, have some form of entertainment, obviously. But, yeah. So, I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah.
So, oh, wow. Alright, what else to talk about? I mean, we don't have to talk about E3 or that anymore. We can talk about literally anything at this point. Because,
yeah,
you know, why not? I mean,
Fair enough.
Yes.
What's it like being Jewish?
You mean... Reese.
Do you like taking shackles? James.
Oh my god. Not what I meant, but alright.
What's up with that?
Oh boy, oh god. Okay, anything else? Like literally anything we can talk about right now. I want this to go into like a half hour, because we're pretty much at an hour at this point.
What do you want to talk about?
I mean, what happened I talking about before? What happened I talked about before? Jesus. Actually, there's a lot of stuff, but you can digress on that one if you want. I don't know.
Why digress, pig?
Ew. I mean, I don't know. Oh, there was that one Sly Cooper thing I went on, but I don't know if I want to rant about that or not. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing it, but I don't know if anyone else would mind. Because that... that can... Okay, fine. Actually, you know what, let me set the stage a bit, because I feel like, there's a couple things I want to talk about Sly Cooper, because I feel like it needs to be talked about, nobody's talked about it for a while now, and it just needs to be brought up again. So, pretty much, Sly Cooper 4, first of all, was not made by, Sucker Punch, it was made by Sazu Games, which is a different company. AKA, by the way, I want to mention this because I just find this hilarious every time, AKA the ones who made Sonic Boom. That terrible game. Just wanted to say that. Just wanted to keep that in mind. No offense, but just kind of wanted to point that out. Anyway, but Sly Cooper 4 was a pretty okay game. It, you know, didn't receive as well as, like, you know, some of the other ones, you know, but it was still pretty good. People were like, yeah, it's okay, you know, for a different company, it was alright. So, but pretty much at the end of it, there was, I think if you play it like twice or something, I think, if I'm correct, there is a teaser. There's an end teaser for the second time you play it. And it's pretty much, it shows Sly being in like a desert area, and you're like, oh, what the? And all of a sudden it zooms out and you're in, like, you know, Egypt. But obviously it's like, you know, back in time. So obviously that was a hint to another game, you know, possible another game in the future. Which is like, okay, that was in like 2013. It's 2019, we haven't heard one thing about a possibility being a Sly Cooper 5. Not a thing. Not one thing about it. They literally teased out a game that they're probably never going to make, and it ticks me off to this day. Because it's like, first of all, why bother? Second of all, it's just like, the problem is, and I think I know at least a couple of the reasons why this is an issue. One is the fact of, I don't think anyone really owns Sly Cooper right now, like, property-wise. Because like I said, it was originally by Sucker Punch. And I think they're like doing something else right now. I don't remember. I think they said they're making another game. Once again, we haven't heard much from that, but you know. And I don't know if Saturn Games want it. But there was one like interview or something from one of the people at Saturn Games saying like, if Sucker Punch wants us to make another like Sly Cooper game, like they will tell us. But like other than that, they haven't said anything. I think that was like a year or two ago. I like looked at that interview thing. But you know, there's nothing. There hasn't been one thing about that, like, at all. And like I said, I'm quite a bit annoyed for like being a Sly Cooper fan. Like, I love the series. It's such a fun, like, cool series, you know. It's one of the few series that, like, you know, like I've like been playing since I was like really like a young kid. So I adore the series so much. And it's like kind of sad because it's like I would love to see another game, considering the potential is there, you know. Obviously, it'd be like, you know, another one of those time travel-y things, which really, you know, that's complicated, but the concept of it. But I mean, like, there's so many other ancestors that, like, you know, Sly could meet, you know. Obviously, in Egypt, obviously, you know, there was an Egyptian one. Because a lot of the time, I remember playing from the first game, you were able to see clips and bits of, like, the characters when you're looking at the Phileas Raccoonus. You know, there he would talk about living the rail side. You learned that from, you know, Tennessee Kid Cooper, you know. Or, you know, being able to go and hide in the shadows. That was, like, you know, one of the Egyptian ones. And, you know, it was just kind of interesting. Seeing and learning, you know, all those things. And, you know, that's why I like the fourth game a lot. Because you're able to see the characters, you know, that, you know, involved with the, you know, Phileas Raccoonus and what he learned over the years. It was cool. And also no movie, which there was supposed to be a movie. Yes, there's a trailer. But nothing about that, which really, maybe that was for the greater good. I don't know how I felt about that, to be honest, now looking back at it. And also, the main reason why I talked about this is that I feel like there should be at least a remaster of the first 3 games. It can happen. It's been like, how many years since the first one came out? Like 2002, right? So, like, I think so, 2002, so 10. It's almost been 20 years. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, I'm getting old already. No. But, the thing is, they could at least make a remaster of the first one, if nothing else, but I would love to see, like, the 3. Because, or at least the 2, I don't know about the third one, because a lot of people were kind of iffy on the third one. But, like, they did have, like, a one where, like, they had the collection for the PS3, and, I mean, it'd be nice if they have the PS4. I don't think they have it, though, if I'm correct. So, but, like, they need to remaster, because I think it'd be nice, and I know saying that sounds really weird, coming from me, saying, like, usually I'm the person, like, remaster sucks, and usually bad, blah, 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 and it's like, I know, I'm pretty much taking back on my own words right now with that, for this game, this is an exception, but, like, it'd be so cool. And the people I would actually want to do is the people doing Crash and, Spyro, because I like the graphics for that, and they've done a very good job of remastering the series. I think it'd be cool. I forgot what I know it was Activision and, like, another one, which I can't remember. But I guess I'm saying Activision, I guess, to take over it.
Vicarious Visions?
Vicarious Visions, that's
No,
it.
that was for, Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, but didn't they do Spyro? No? Okay.
I'm not sure.
I mean, or wasn't it Insomniac? I thought Insomniac. Interesting. Wait, no, Insomniac is
if?
Activision.
What if?
Wait, I'm so confused. I'm
What
just
if?
confused my life.
Okay,
Continue.
what if, it did Crash, it did Spyro. I'm thinking it came out last year or this year.
Spyro?
Yeah. The Reignited trilogy.
This
for
year.
PS4.
It was this year. It was early this year, I think.
Okay. So, I'm wondering what the next remastered game will be.
Probably something from the 90s, most likely. They're not gonna do something from the early 2000s until I turn 20. Probably, most likely. Until I become an actual full-on adult at this point. Kinda kidding. Kinda. We're getting there to the point where probably people will talk about the early 2000s. And that'd be a show. And then I could be like everyone else who was part of the 90s trilogy, you know, part of the 90s, you know, era, you know, of things, of redoing things and stuff like that, because being a sad adult and, you know, being depressed and wanting my childhood back, thing, because that's gonna come along soon. No, it's gonna be a thing, though. It's gonna happen. But I don't know what they would do next. I mean, if it was Psycho, would that be
Medieval's getting a Medieval's getting a 3D facelift,
nice?
which is the story about the skeleton.
Skeleton. Yes. No, but yeah, I just, if nothing else, if I don't get a Psycho 5, at least give me like a remaster of the trilogy, of the three. Give me a trilogy thing. Give me something I, you know, would enjoy a lot, because I really love the series and I would love to see it like in like a glory, you know. Because, I mean, the graphics still hold up to this day. I mean, they're not bad. PS2 graphics usually are okay. We're not in that point in time where we're like, oh god, you know, you look at PS2 graphics, you're like, oh god, you know. I mean, there's exceptions, obviously. But, they're not bad graphics, but it'd just be nice to see them updated and just seeing, you know. Sly's been around for years now. He's I think it's old enough now to, like, it'd be, I think, acceptable to do a remaster on him. Considering.
You know the two games I'm wanting to become remasters? Jak and Daxter.
Oh, that's a good one too. I haven't played it, but I really should play it.
And Gak.
Gak. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, I heard the game, but what was it? Dang it! Why am I?
Gak Enter the Gecko.
Ah, yes. Okay, there we go. Really? People hated that game, kind of, but alright.
Yeah.
People hated that game, but alright. You know what? If Bubsy the cat can get a remaster, then he can get a remaster. That's my call.
Bubsy the cat. Oh god.
Yeah, he got a remaster. Yeah, people forgot about that, but no, that's a thing. That's a thing, guys.
Yeah, I know.
Bubsy the cat
I know it got a remaster.
got a remaster of all games. Bubsy the cat got a remaster.
What could possibly go wrong?
Everything. Kill that thing. No, like, I mean, you know what? You know what? Gak could get a remaster. You know, if that's the case. I think I have one Gak game, to be honest. I think it's the second one. I really should try playing it, but I don't know if it works. Oh, PS1 game. I don't know. What other ones could get a? I mean, you know what? We could just name off things that could get remastered right now, to be honest, because it's like there's a lot of games that could get remastered, honestly, from an era. I mean, well, I mean, Tomb Raider already got a remaster, and that, I mean, it's fine. Also,
Dino Crisis.
Dino Crisis? I don't think I've heard of that one. Yikes. I mean, I definitely agree with the Jak and Daxter thing, so, like, wholeheartedly. Like, I never played the games, but I've heard they're really good series, and I've wanted to play it. So, that I can, you know, see in the potential future, hopefully, if there's enough fans for it. I would say Ratchet and Clank, but they technically had a resurgence, technically, recently. But, I don't know. I've only played a demo of the first one, and it's very odd to me. So, just the difference between the games is just weird of what it changed to be. What's another, like, good remaster? Like, what's something I played from my childhood, and like I'd love to see. Well, I can't think of any right now, but I'm sure one will pop up in the future. But no. But I mean, like I said, there's like a potential for a lot of remasters nowadays. You know, considering will they ever do a lot of them? It kind of depends on the fan service on it. You know how much care they want to take with it and everything. But was Activision part of the? Actually, I think it was. Yeah, part of the, you know, Spyro trilogy or trilogy? Yeah, trilogy. Trilogy? Yeah. Sorry, I just completely forgot. Like I was like, was there 3 games? I never played them. I only played like a demo of one of them. I think it was the second one. So, I don't know. But I mean, Activision is probably doing that pretty well right now, so I can see more in the future. I don't know. So, who knows? Maybe we can see another one in one of the showcases in the future that's coming up. So, I don't know. Boy. Well, I ranted about Sly Cooper. That's all I got with that. I mean, I could rant more, but honestly, though, I don't want to make it seem like I'm trashing on, you know, Sucker Punch or Sazu games. It's just, I kind of just, you know, a little salty. Though Sly Cooper 4 took a long time to get out. I realized, though, I think it was like announced in 2008, and then it got out in 2013. That's a long time. So maybe, who knows? Maybe there's just a trend with that one. Maybe it'll be announced. Maybe for all I know, maybe the showcase will announce it for one of the one of the things. Like that's gonna happen. That's one of those dream come true things. But I don't know. Go, you had anything to announce or whatever, you know, thing you want to talk about? If you got some time still.
Not really.
Oof. We're not quite a half hour yet of the hour part of it, but I'm trying to think what we can talk about. Dang it. Oh god. See, this is why you don't do this podcast offhand, because you need a topic, but I mean we had a topic, but we're off of that topic. So
what's wrong with you?
I know, a lot of things.
I know.
God. One of these days someone's gonna think you're bullying me and I'm like, nah, this is normal.
You see,
I've been endorsing this for years.
This is why it's good not to be a Jew.
God. Anyway.
That's right.
I do want to do, if I do another stream in the future, I do actually have been wanting to, and I know this is gonna get some, I don't know, backlash or anything. I mean, I don't think anyone's gonna care, but since I'm a small channel. But I want to talk about the condition of YouTube, because I can and I want to, and how I feel about YouTube. Because I just feel the need to, but obviously not in this stream, because I want to do kind of some research on that, because that's a heavy topic considering I do videos for YouTube, but I don't want to say something that'll like cross up and like get me somewhere bad. So
Fuck YouTube. Oh. What?
Yeah.
Where? You?
Wow. No,
who
I
said that?
not me. But no, if I'm gonna talk about the issues on YouTube, I should do research before that, because that can definitely go wrong. I can definitely say something completely, you know, stupid that can like look bad on my part. So obviously that's why I'm not doing it now. And I had talked about it a little bit before, but obviously I want to go like actually full frontal talking about it and like researching about it, you know, some of the issues and stuff like that, so I can actually kind of be knowledgeable of what I'm talking about and be able to justify the means of what's, you know, going on with YouTube and some of my issues. Okay, not some, there's a lot, but you know, issues on it. So, but yeah, but
AKA Carolyn wants to fight PewDiePie.
Come at me, Felix. Come at me, bro. I'm kidding.
Yeah, you see.
Come at me, Felix. Come at me, Felix. I'm still upset about that Jewish comment. from earlier this year. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not really beefing with Felix or anything. Like, he would care, though. Honestly, he probably gets a lot of comments like this on YouTube from smaller YouTubers. Like, oh my god, PewDiePie, you know, he's such a lame YouTuber. Like, he doesn't deserve all those subscribers he has. I want to pick a fight with him. You know, there's a lot of YouTubers, so I'm pretty much sure he's not gonna care one person saying that. You know, but still, but no. I mean, it is gonna kind of go around probably to him at some point, which, you know, it's not terribly bad, but it's just how YouTube runs concept, you know, which that I, you know, do want to honestly talk about. Like I said, I want to talk about it fairly, you know, because, you know, the internet's made for opinions. I don't care, you know, so opinions and things, you know, you know, that, blah, blah, blah. I don't know why I got tongue-tied at the end of that sentence. So, but yeah. So that's the thing I want to do. I don't know if it's going to be the next podcast, but it'll be a podcast. I mean, how long do we have until, like, the comic comes out? I'm actually curious about this, because... And I'm talking about the Life is Strange comic, by the way. So...
I'm guessing the 26th of June?
Yeah, 26. So how? Okay, I have not used my calendar before.
A couple more weeks left.
We have like pretty much 2 weeks to today. Like literally today would be 2 weeks. So, or would it be 3 weeks? No, 2 weeks because technically it would. Anyway, but yeah, I was just curious because I need to do a review on that. So when that comes out, obviously, and I will read it, obviously. Because yeah. But this is literally, I realize half of my content on my channel is Life is Strange, which is not bad, but I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying to be diverse with it, but at the end of the day, it comes back to Life is Strange. But that's because I love the series so much, so there you go. So there's that. That's why I come back to the series. So, actually, you know what? There's one thing, you know what I can do right now? And that is, I haven't done all of the, collectibles, so I can just do that really quickly right now. Hopefully I can remember where half of this stuff is. But, I just thought about it right now. I forgot I was gonna do it in the future at some point, and I think this is a good point right now, just because I was thinking about it. Hopefully I can remember it. I don't have to look it up at some point. Some of these I might have to though, because I'll be like, it's like, how do I do these? Anyway. Meep. But yeah. And besides, you get to see some Life is Strange gameplay, so there you go. You know, I like doing the collectibles, so they're fun. So there's that. Actually, I don't know if I'm able to do all the collectibles today. I think I might be able to do 1 or 2, because for this episode, there's a lot of talking to people, and it bothers me. Oh, I did not turn on the skip thing, like something about.
Actually, kind of fun. Cass and Hannah cracked me up. They're like sisters.
Yeah, they love to start shit with each other, then get high. Short-term memory loss.
How was your day? Did you have fun out?
I feel you.
You totally hooked us up.
So I can actually hear what's going on, because like it matters. I played this already.
So.
Well, going to Mexico is the ultimate road trip.
If we make it there, dude, who knows? It's pretty scary. So fucking far.
Hey, it is. But you have time and a strong,
Wait a minute. I just realized,
will.
like,
Yeah.
Sean added a
Nothing to
patch
stop
to
you
his,
from
like,
going there.
arm. How did I never notice
It
this
will
throughout the gameplay?
Be all right. Sean.
Obviously, probably a hole or something got in there,
Don't
but that's
worry.
just hilarious to me because I'm
Okay.
like, wait a minute. Wait
Therapy's
a
over.
minute. Who
Oh,
are you?
yeah.
Anyway?
I gotta move those water tanks for the shower and stuff.
I don't know.
It's cool. You're doing your part, Sean.
Finally. Glad I can help.
Anyway, so with this part, kids, it's like, welcome to my Let's Play channel, walkthrough channel. No, for this one, literally, I didn't realize it, but pretty much what you do is talk to Finn, he'll carve the, wood, his stick, and pretty much, apparently you can collect it.
What
I
are
did
you
not know
doing?
that.
The usual. Carving some wood.
You're like a walking Swiss Army knife. Who taught you?
I learned wood carving with an Inuit native back when I lived in Alaska. It's an antique technique. Helps me vent out and focus. Yeah, I just let my hands sculpt the wood, and sometimes I have good surprises. I'm just kidding, man. It's actually a cool cowboy thing I've been trying to do for a while, but I suck at this. It's just fun to relax.
I can tell. Don't let me stop you, cowboy. Later.
But yeah, so he'll like throw it in a second, and then
Finn is too punk rock to be a farmer.
anyway, wait around for a bit, and he'll like throw it. He'll be like, ah, I failed. See? But yeah, then you go around and take it. I don't know why you would want this, but good to know.
Yes, I know. Let's keep that souvenir. From the master sculptor.
That's how you know you're in love with someone, when you're literally willing to take just a carved stick from someone. Like, literally. That's how you know you're truly in love. Anyway. I mean, I'll take a carved stick from you. If you tried. Be like, yeah, I remember one time. My girlfriend tried carving a stick. Didn't go well, but I took it anyway. Sipping stones. Oh, I remember this one now. Okay. But yeah. Ah, man. But yeah. That's just a weird collectible to me. Like, other things in this one is cool, but then, like, there's that one, you're like, I'm literally taking a stick. Why? Like, you think, like, at one point... Though, I mean, I guess, like... You know, you see, like, pine cones in your bag, though, that, like, Daniel collected, so I guess it's something, but it's, like... Imagining just, like Daniel, like, rummaging through your stuff, and you're like, why do you have a carved stick? What is this for? Sean? I'm confused.
Sweet. But can you do it without your power?
Oh yeah. I can do better with my own skills now. Next level.
Onward. Ready to rumble?
Fucking A.
Jesus Christ, why do I let him? Why did I let him curse?
Let's start. Hold up. Too many people over there. Let's hit the other side.
Sorry, something I said. Also, just a by the way thing I remembered recently.
The other side of that log looked secluded enough to be out of sight.
It's one of those things
Hey,
where it's like,
you
I
that
noticed,
tree
like,
trunk?
remember, like, in the first episode, you're able to, like, call to Daniel, you know, if you couldn't find him, you know? And they implemented that, you know, at one point. Why is that not implemented now? That kind of actually scares me. Like, that just concerns me in a way. I don't know why. It just does. I feel like there's something bad's going to happen in the future. Okay, I think it's like over here or something. Like, I like click something over here. Like, really, where the heck is that thing? But I need to collect. I forgot what it was. Like a fishing line or something? I don't even remember.
Bet it's different here in the summer. Penny said it gets crazy crowded. People everywhere.
Yeah, that's why we can train. We're out of sight here.
Oh, I didn't even know if you can look over there. Good to know. Do I have to have him throw the pine cones first, maybe? Let's just have him throw the pine cone first, maybe. Okay, apparently you can't skip this.
Pick a rock. Any rock.
Pick a rock, any rock.
Okay. And...
Let's test your aiming system. Target in sight.
locked and loaded.
That'd be fun if I could throw it at him. I'm a terrible mother.
Awesome. Okay, you're good. Now, let's spice things up a bit.
Bring it on.
Holy shit. That was not a fair fight.
That's right. What's next? I told you I rule.
Daniel, you scare me sometimes, you know, child. You really do. Sometimes. I just get worried that you're just gonna be too much power.
He's child.
What do you
Child,
think
and he
Arizona
scares me.
is like?
Well, the fact that
A
he's, like,
desert?
not a child much anymore.
Why?
What the freak? I'm supposed to have
No
something over
reason.
here that I can collect.
Just curious.
Unless, of course, like, done goof somewhere, but I don't think I done goofed. Okay, let me try the stones first, maybe, then.
Let's see what he can do with multiple targets now.
I can't do the splitting thing until, like, later, obviously. Because, obviously.
Think you can lift all those?
I know I can.
Kid, stop being cocky. Search me. It's majestic, though.
Whoa, Daniel. That's amazing.
Aw, that's not hard.
Dang it, there was like something over here. Am I looking the wrong way? Did I do this wrong? Was it supposed to be on that side?
Feel bad for Daniel. We really don't train enough.
You don't train enough, and that's
No.
gonna kill someone one day. No. Hopefully not. Actually, me saying that, please. I take that back. I take that back. That statement I just made. Hold on, I need to look it up. Of course I do. That was 3. Collectibles. We-do. 1, 2, 4.
You hear me?
Oof, I went the wrong. I was supposed to do that at the beginning over there. I knew it. I thought I was like, I feel like I should do that. Alright, well, that's just bad. I can skip over. I just wasted some time though, doing that though, like an idiot. Like 2 more left, but those are like I said, very long ones. Oh, look. Almost clicked the wrong thing. I would have been pretty mad. To be honest. Right after this, I think I'll end the stream. So. Oof, my foot's going to sleep.
Sweet. But can you do it without your power?
Oh yeah. I can do better with my own skills now. Next level.
Onward. Ready to rumble?
Fucking A.
Let's go.
Good. I don't know if this is a good idea. This is the best idea. Let him curse.
Hold up. Too many people over there. Let's hit the other side.
Here? There it is. It's a fossil.
Might make for a cool souvenir.
It's like a fish fossil or something, or maybe leaf fossil. Most likely leaf fossil. I don't know about fish. Anyway, there we go. Ta-da-da-da-ta-da! Anyway, I'll do more probably next time I do another, stream thing, podcast, Jesus. So probably most likely the one I talked about the comic, because that felt. I mean, hopefully I can get in detail about the comic, but obviously, I don't know if it'd be able to take a whole stream. So. There's that. Yeah. Chloe, you got any updates or nah?
No, not really.
Okay. I mean, I got no updates really either, to be honest. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Liked if you liked it, disliked if you disliked it, and subscribe to Chloe. And, yeah, that's about it. So, bye guys.